Right guys, good morning. Again, early Saturday morning. We're just off to do a walk up round Neen Savage. It's just over 5 miles. It should be a really nice walk. We've got an absolutely beautiful day and not a lot of wind. We've got the sunscreen on, plenty of water. Should be a lovely day. Tom's just in the post office getting supplies. Right, so we're heading down the street to the new bridge and we'll pick it up again there. Go! So we're coming up here and you see on the other side of the road a footpath sign. Now when you cross the road here, we're really quite close to the bend, so be careful when you cross. There we go, and we follow this path straight up the fields. Right guys, so we're heading up the left hand side of this field. Long grass, so it looks like we're going to get wet trouser bottoms, never mind. We're following this now all the way up to the Millennium Garden thing at up by the old City Coventry School, and then we'll get over towards Golf Club. Enjoying the walk, Tom?
Yeah.
It's a nice one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not too steep either.
No.
The path is really clearly defined, and this I think is the last steep bit, and we're more or less up on the top. Okay guys, so we're at the top of the field now, and in the hedge line in front of us there's a gap with a gate on its off its hinges. We're heading for that. I'll bring you back when we're on the other side of it. So we come through the gate. We're actually, rather than going that way, which is like a jungle, going to follow it up here to the gate and then onto the road and turn right. This little park was put together for the Millennium, so it's a bit neglected now, but it's quite beautiful in its own little way. So we're not taking that one, which is straight over, actually heading down here 150 meters or so and heading up to the left on the edge of a wood line. So we're about 100 yards further on. We've got this gateway here, that beautiful house, and then we've got the sign for the footpath on the other side of the road, and we're dropping onto that one now. It's a bit boggy on the other side of the stile for a few meters. Just be careful walking on these concrete blocks because some of them have fallen away and I wouldn't want anybody to hurt their ankles. Come on. Tom's sporting his Friday night dinner t-shirt. Shalom. Right, we're coming up to an opening. I think this might be us. Quick check of the map in a minute. I'm going to try and put a map at the end of this video. I've got to work out how to do it. I'll ask my old mate Gordy, he'll know. Catch you in a minute. Here we go. So we're heading up that public footpath to our left. That's the golf club drive, so it's easy to identify. Just past the second entry into the Pioneer Centre and heading up this absolutely beautiful path. Actually quite well trodden, which is nice. It's a bit wet underfoot. We had a bit of rain last night, but not a lot. But I'd suggest it's probably going to be very wet if we have persistent rain, because it's been dry for weeks and weeks and it was muddy back there. Just coming up to the end of this path, and I believe from here on in we break into open farmland and make our way across to the Cleobury to Bridge North Road. We're going to have to check the map when we get on the other side of this kissing gate, because there are two paths going from here and I want to make sure I take the right one. So these are the arrows on the gate, and I believe we are taking the top one. The arrow points in the rough direction of travel. So just on the other side of the field there you can see a gate in the hedgerow, sorry, and when we get to it I will put it on in a bit more detail so you can see what it actually looks like. So we're approaching the gate now on the other side of the field. We've both got wet trousers, but never mind. That's walking in long grass in the spring for you. The arrow on the gate tells us we are heading approximately 45 degrees to the left, and that's up into the corner of the field. We're heading across the field, we're up into that corner and then onto a slightly different path, and then we're not far from the house known as Dinmore, and it's the footpath goes very close to the garden. So I think our path turns just by that oak tree that's standing out in the field, the first one. We'll see when we get there. We're right next to Cleobury Golf Course. They're going to be really pleased. There's some sheep on there this morning. That'll make their day. I shouldn't say that, they're clients of mine. Yeah. Look what Tom's just found. Now, Tom's mum works for Muller. What do you say, Tom?
Muller is good. Buy Muller.
Other yogurts are available. So here we go. Here's a way marker that we spotted, and it's sending us along this hedgerow. So we've just walked across this field, which is there's no distinct path and it's quite rough, so be careful. Coming up to the edge of this field, it's past a bumblebee who's busy, and we are following a track to the gate there. And we are heading left, judging by all these way markers. Right, so the footpath has been diverted because formerly it used to go down to the house, and obviously that's not very nice for their privacy, so it now follows the perimeter of the garden. It's coming up to a wooden kissing gate, and the drive is straight in front of us. There's our way marker pointing down the drive, and we'll follow it down till we meet the road, and the road is the Bridge North to Cleobury Road. Just coming out to an absolutely splendid view out towards Kinlet. Walltown Farm there in the middle distance. This is an incredibly fine view indeed. The oilseed rape crop appears to be just coming into flower. One of my favourite times of year because you have the beautiful patchwork of yellow and green. And here we go. Right guys, we have now arrived at the main road. Now, when the lockdown's not on and the cafes are open, if you turned left here and headed up the road, being very careful because there's no footpath, about 250 metres to our left is the Larch Barn Cafe. Really nice piece of cake, really nice cup of coffee. But today we're heading over there and along the fields. We are now walking along this hedgerow and heading down into the valley to the ford at Neen Savage. We're probably 1.5 kilometres, maybe a mile away from that now, and we're well over halfway. It's the Clee Hills in the distance, and out towards Cleobury over there. The Larch Barn Cafe is just to the side of that woodland. So we're heading through this gate here straight down to the gate beyond. Yeah. Beautiful South Shropshire countryside. Absolutely amazing. Okay, my eagle-eyed assistant has just spotted something.
It's a stile.
So we're heading through this gate, across that field to that stile. Excellent work, my boy. That's my boy. Right guys, I've just had a quick check of the map and we're about to cross the old railway line. Now, the old station yard is the business yard at Neen Savage now, where you've got Kudos Blends and Ashley's Bakery and such. So once we cross over here, we're heading the same sort of direction, keep on heading downhill, and we'll eventually come down to the road near the ford. We're heading down this hedge line. You can see Banktop Farm up in the distance, and Cleobury Mortimer has come into view over there. We're well over halfway on the walk now, probably 2/3, and it's been beautiful so far. Tom's just putting his boot back on after establishing whether or not he got wet toes. We're still heading down this field and we're heading into the hedgerow just down there. Yeah.
Oh.
Looks all right. There we go. He's got a text message from Gordy, probably telling me he's down at the ford. Beautiful path here. We crossed another stile, just again following this hedgerow down. We're coming into civilization, greenhouses and summer houses and whatnot. So after a wee sit down at the ford, there's a lovely bench and a litter bin. We're making our way up towards the church, and then we're going to follow the byway back to Walford Bridge. Neen Savage Church, and we are heading up to this road, stone track that goes off on the right. There's a way marker right by it, and that takes us back into Cleobury. Beautiful blossom on the tree, old seesaw. We're heading right over the bridge and then left. An old mate in the field here. Alright buddy. So just following this track towards the bottom of Ron Hill, and we're going to turn right up the track to Clanley Seat. Now if you wanted to, you could head straight up Ron Hill back into Cleobury, but we're going to turn right here, Clanley Seat Farm, and up the drive we're going to walk up Workhouse Bank. Right, we're up at Clanley Seat Farm. See the way marker and the path there, straight in front of us, and this will take us down to the brook. So we're going to go over the footbridge and turn left, and that will bring us up onto Workhouse Bank. Cleobury coming into view now, and we're nearly finished the walk for today. Now I reckon it's a 2.5 to 3 hour walk. We've loafed a bit, we've stopped for a cup of tea, and we've done it in 3.5. Absolutely beautiful. You enjoyed it? There we go. So once we pop out onto the main road, I'll stop the video. Thanks very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, I'll be very glad if you would click the thumbs up. You can leave me a comment if you'd like, and also if you want to see many more of the same sorts of videos, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Just approaching the primary school now, and that brings this Cleobury walk to conclusion. I hope you've enjoyed it. Signing off from here. Thank you.
This map shows the route that we took on today's walk. It is the red line.